Air Force One is the official name for any United States Air Force aircraft escorting the president. It dates back to the Second World War, when traveling presented a high risk to the U.S. president's safety. So, a dedicated aircraft was set aside for presidential air travel. To this day, Air Force One continues to do an essential job, which means countless regulations are needed to keep the U.S. president safe. Keep scrolling to discover some of the little-known rules that help make Air Force One the world's most secure aircraft. To avoid any threat involving the president's personal belongings, decoy luggage is loaded alongside the actual cargo. This decreases the risk of tampering or theft and allows security staff to maintain peace of mind when the aircraft is prepared for takeoff. Every piece of cargo is inspected thoroughly, just like the plane's systems and parts. Despite its iconic status, Air Force One aims to avoid drawing unnecessary attention during landing. Engine power and flight paths are adjusted to reduce noise, especially over residential zones. This precaution not only protects mission secrecy, but also avoids causing public alarm in unfamiliar areas. Air Force One must be ready to coordinate with military forces anywhere, land, sea, or air. In rare cases, submarines may relay strategic updates or security threats to the aircraft. Radio transmissions are used for communication, ensuring smooth coordination in any emergency scenario. When serious threats are detected, an identical decoy plane may accompany Air Force One. This strategy keeps the president's exact location hidden, greatly reducing the chance of a successful strike. These decoys also monitor for threats, flying in formation to mislead potential attackers until the mission is complete. All onboard staff, from pilots to attendants, are members of the U.S. military. They are trained to respond to emergencies with military precision, ensuring each flight operates smoothly under any condition. Their knowledge includes secure communications and aircraft inspection protocols, vital for presidential safety. Air Force One operates well above typical commercial flight paths, up to 45,100 feet. This helps it avoid air traffic delays and reduce exposure to potential threats. Isolated air routes offer greater privacy and allow faster, uninterrupted travel for the president. To guard against airborne or ground-based attacks, Air Force One is equipped with advanced infrared countermeasures. These systems detect incoming missiles and deploy defensive flares to divert them by confusing heat-seeking sensors. Such technology provides critical seconds in extreme scenarios, though its use would signal a severe threat to national security. Medical emergencies can strike any time, even mid-flight. A full suite of medical supplies and a trained doctor accompany each journey. The aircraft also includes a mini hospital room to stabilize patients until a safe landing can be arranged, ensuring that the president and others have immediate care when needed. Knowing the precise onboard weight is essential for flight efficiency and safety. Everyone from officials to the president is weighed before boarding. Cargo, gifts, and equipment are all calculated to ensure the aircraft stays within optimal operating conditions. Though not officially confirmed, it's widely speculated that Air Force One features emergency escape pods for extreme cases. These would allow the president to eject and descend safely, providing a final layer of protection during catastrophic events. While their existence remains uncertain, it reflects the aircraft's design focus on survival under any circumstance. The 1997 movie Air Force One featured an escape pod scene, fueling the widespread rumor that the real aircraft has one. However, its existence remains unconfirmed by officials and may always remain a mystery to the public. Air Force One must be ready for mid-air refueling. With a range of 7,800 statute miles, Air Force One still prepares for aerial refueling when needed. Whether due to long-distance travel or emergencies, a tanker aircraft can refuel it mid-flight using a retractable receptacle. The entire process takes about 10 minutes and allows the aircraft to continue flying undisturbed. Air Force One has an encrypted emergency signal system. If Air Force One faces a crisis it can't manage alone, it transmits encrypted emergency signals to nearby military bases. These secure messages request backup or issue warnings, helping military personnel coordinate an immediate response to protect the president. Equipped with advanced recon technology, Air Force One carries reconnaissance tools to gather intelligence mid-air. These technologies monitor the environment, detect disruptions, and help the crew reroute or adjust the flight to avoid hazards or threats in real time. Air Force One carries the nuclear football, a secure briefcase containing launch codes. This ensures the president can authorize a nuclear response anytime, even while traveling, making it one of the most protected objects on board. Air Force One carries portable desalination equipment to prepare for extended emergencies. This setup allows seawater to be purified via reverse osmosis, providing safe drinking water for everyone on board if supplies run low. Air Force One undergoes special weather analysis by meteorologists. Before departure, meteorologists analyze wind, visibility, and storm patterns to assess safety. Even in urgent situations, Air Force One does not take off without reviewing potential weather-related risks and will adjust routes if needed. Presidential food is pre-screened. Every meal served to the president is carefully inspected and prepared by vetted personnel. All ingredients are checked for contamination, and if there's any uncertainty, that meal is excluded to eliminate any chance of foul play. Air Force One runs on custom fuel. Air Force One operates using JP-WIT, a high-performance, military-grade jet fuel. It ensures the aircraft performs at top speed and reduces the chance of fuel-related issues. When military refueling isn't possible, commercial alternatives can be used temporarily. Protect against EMPs. Electromagnetic pulses from nuclear explosions or solar flares can damage electrical systems mid-flight. To prevent this, Air Force One's electronics are hardened to withstand EMPs, safeguarding communication, navigation, and control systems. Always land first at airports. Due to its critical nature, Air Force One receives landing priority over all other aircraft, whether arriving or departing. It's always cleared first to minimize delays and ensure secure, uninterrupted movement of the president. Coordinate closely with Marine One. Air Force One works in tandem with Marine One, the president's helicopter. Both follow strict security protocols, with ground and air crews coordinating closely to ensure seamless transport, particularly during transfers between airfields and secure zones. Avoid commercial flight paths. To minimize risk, Air Force One uses exclusive flight routes. Although its path is publicly visible, it avoids crowded skies and standard airline traffic to prevent delays and reduce the chance of aerial threats. Operate with dual pilots at all times. Every mission requires 2 experienced military pilots. This ensures one can take over instantly if the other becomes incapacitated. Both are trained for high-stakes situations and are always alert throughout the flight. Always have a backup plane ready. Air Force One never travels solo. A backup aircraft, an identical Boeing 747, follows on every journey. If the main aircraft is compromised or needs support, the president can switch planes without delay. The backup also supports logistics and stays in constant communication with the main flight. Keep maintenance details confidential. Every aspect of Air Force One's maintenance is kept classified. Even minor repairs are conducted under strict secrecy to prevent vulnerabilities from being exposed or exploited by adversaries. Prohibit public tours. Unlike other military aircraft, Air Force One cannot be toured by the public. The risk of delay, tampering, or exposure of sensitive technology is too high. However, retired models and replicas can be viewed in select museums. Carry classified documents. Air Force One serves as a flying command center. It carries classified materials securely and is equipped to conduct official government business mid-flight. Only highly trusted individuals have access to this information on board. Undergo pre-flight airfield inspections by security teams. Inspect all runways and surrounding areas before and after landing to eliminate any potential threats. These inspections are done in advance of the President's arrival to ensure swift and secure boarding. Conduct in-flight security checks. Even while airborne, the crew remains alert and performs periodic sweeps for suspicious activity in case of any anomalies. Emergency procedures are immediately initiated to protect everyone on board. Maintain communications at all times. Air Force One uses a secure global communication system to stay in contact with military and government officials. If the system fails or is compromised, the flight crew will respond swiftly, including diverting or landing if needed. Use false flight numbers when necessary. To prevent the plane from being tracked, Air Force One sometimes uses generic or false flight numbers. This ensures only key personnel are aware of its true identity during high-risk or sensitive missions. No identifying tail numbers. Unlike standard aircraft, Air Force One no longer uses identifying tail numbers. This helps avoid attention or tracking, further protecting the President's location and flight path from being compromised. When possible, Air Force One stays within U.S. military airspace. This controlled environment offers enhanced protection and familiarity for the crew. When international travel is required, Air Force One follows specific procedures to enter foreign airspace under diplomatic agreements. Always follow a pre-screened route. Every flight path taken by Air Force One is pre-screened to reduce the risk of airborne threats. Specialists analyze weather, traffic, and potential hazards before the journey begins. These planned routes ensure the flight remains smooth and secure, though real-time threats or changing weather may require a mid-flight diversion. Avoid flying over highly populated areas when possible. Air Force One typically avoids flying over major cities to reduce risk and minimize disruptions. Though it may occasionally be seen in urban airspace for drills or photo ops, such occurrences are rare. Keep the President's schedule confidential. The President's travel plans are kept under strict secrecy to prevent any targeted threats. Only a limited circle of trusted individuals is informed of the itinerary, and even the Air Force One crew is expected to maintain total discretion. This confidentiality begins before flights are even scheduled. Undergo background checks for all maintenance workers. The safety of Air Force One relies not only on its flight crew, but also on the engineers and technicians who maintain it. Anyone who works on the aircraft must pass an extensive background check. Even minor concerns about a worker's past can disqualify them from participating in maintenance. Maintain decoy landing schedules. In high-risk scenarios, Air Force One may use decoy landing schedules to mislead potential threats. These may include false departure times or alternate landing locations to conceal the President's actual movements. This tactic ensures that even if someone intercepts flight details, the true destination remains unknown. Always have military escorts nearby. Air Force One is often accompanied by fighter jets if the mission is high risk. These jets stay alert for aerial threats and can engage in combat if needed, though their main role is to monitor and respond swiftly if the President is in danger. Must be ready to fly at any time. Because the President may be needed at a moment's notice, Air Force One is constantly maintained in a state of readiness. It remains fully fueled, prepped, and manned so that it can take off immediately when called upon. We tend to refer to an aircraft that is used to transport the President of the United States as Air Force One by default, but that name actually only applies when the President is on board. For any other journeys, the plane is just another military aircraft. Once the President is back on board, the radio call sign becomes Air Force One again. When the Vice President or the First Lady flies on the presidential aircraft, it is designated Air Force Two. When the First Lady is on board, it's called Air Force Two.